I need some more smalls.
You need some more smalls?
You got some more smalls in there?
Maybe.
4 of my fingers take smalls and 1 takes a medium.
I take like 4 mediums and a large.
I'm just gonna... You don't mind me.
Nope, not at all. I'm really
fun.
excited about these. I think these are going to be awesome.
I like this. What size is this one? Backwards. Medium. That's never gonna fit. I think.
Where'd you put that medium? I need a
It's
medium.
over here somewhere.
Oh, you know what? We're on the top camera, so everyone can see what we're doing. It's fantastic. I'm really excited about these.
Me too.
They
I
just,
like 'em.
Chelsea and I have the entire bucket of Nifty Notions needle pullers. And they're comfy. And they're grippy.
Yeah, and they have like vents.
Yes, fingers don't get all sweaty.
Except my baby fingers don't fit them.
Well, do you sew with your baby fingers? I think they're called baby fingers. I don't have enough yet. So, welcome to Facebook Live on Friday. We're going to attach a quilt label today here at my sewing room.
With all of our Nifty Notions.
If you've watched the previous videos this week, we digitized our quilt label in Bernina software on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. Yesterday we embroidered our quilt label and left it in the hoop overnight so we could come back today and get it prepped and ready to go on the back of Chelsea's 3-yard quilt. So the 3-yard quilts, we've been running a staff challenge and everybody's working on getting their 3-yard quilts finished.
Putting it back there.
I got the borders on mine last night.
Good job.
Which I don't particularly enjoy that part of making quilts. I like all the other parts, just don't like borders. Nothing against borders in particular. They look lovely on lots of people's quilts. It's just not the part I enjoy sewing.
Well, that's okay.
That's okay.
I don't like quilting.
You don't like quilting?
I like piecing.
You like piecing.
Piecing's my jam.
But you found a way to quilt that you enjoyed today.
I
Yesterday.
did like that.
Yeah.
I did like that. And that might change my mind on quilting.
Right?
Now,
Quick aside. We all have enough needle pullers on our fingers.
this is fun.
This is not going to help us do the first part of this demo.
You could probably free motion quilt with these things on.
Right?
On your machine.
Like, if you're having trouble grippy fabric.
This is grippy.
I think there's more than uses than just pulling needles.
Or, just wearing them for fun. Oh, hey, Tyler.
Or a fashion item.
Where's your mouse?
Stolen. It's not stolen, it's right there. What are we doing? Oh, we're not streaming to that place. They missed all the ridiculousness at the beginning.
They could have heard you, but they can't see you.
Oh, dang, I'm sorry. I didn't notice.
Leah.
You didn't notice either.
I didn't have the buttons.
All three of us didn't notice, but I still blame the
Fair. I am the one who hit go. Apologies to everybody on YouTube. What you've missed visually seen so far is...
I took mine off.
What? Let's go through that again. You've missed all the little pink needle pullers.
This is just my hands.
I'm gonna put these all back in the bucket.
Yeah, we should do that so we have some space.
Yeah. So let's go back and actually do what we're doing today.
Oh, lost one.
Don't lose one. So if you have sewing buddies, I would say these would make fun little Christmas gifts for your sewing buddies.
I think they would.
If you got everybody like one of each size, they would either be able to fit their thumb and their finger, or their thumb and
Another finger.
right. That's my thoughts. They're just $1.99.
That's a good price.
Super affordable
Super affordable.
and super
You
useful.
could get all of them.
And you could have one like in your travel sewing bag.
One at the top of your machine.
Yeah. Where else do you hand sew? I sometimes hand sew in the car.
The car. One in your purse.
One in your purse.
One in your mending kit.
One in your mending kit for like traveling, so that when you have to sew a button back on your shirt. Brilliant.
Then maybe just one for fun.
Right? Yeah. Big
Also, they
fan.
make a fun noise. I like them.
Okay, Chelsea, you have your quilt label. From here, this was embroidered yesterday. We used OESD Clean and Tear Stabilizer. And from here, we're going to take it out of the hoop and trim around the basting line that we put on it.
Okay.
But I'm going to get you a press cloth because you don't have one of those on.
Nope.
So I'm going to sneak out a print for a moment.
There's one right there.
Yeah, I see it. Oh, you serious?
Thank you. My iron fell asleep.
Ooh, wake that back up.
Oh, I did. It's
Okay.
not sleeping. I'm not sleeping, so neither can it. It's
Right.
my reasoning for the day.
Okay, so the basting box on our embroidery, we're actually going to use that as a guideline for trimming so that it's easy to get a nice square label.
I like.
Unless you don't want a square label, and then you can do whatever you want from this point forward.
I want it square. Sounds
Rectangular.
easier.
And I would
Oh, yeah.
I would be generous with how you're trimming right now, and I'd probably go half an inch from
The basting box?
from the basting box. Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna trim off around all 4 sides. The same color as our cutting mat. It's camouflaged on
It is. I like it. Alrighty. Our friend is trimmed.
I can take those. I believe I have the places where extra stuff goes beside the table. Okay, from here, I like to fold back on that basting line and give it a really good press. Oh, do you have the clapper nearby?
Yeah, it's right beside you.
Oh, perfect. It's under the keyboard. Camouflaged. So anything we're going to iron with embroidery on it, we want to iron face down into press cloth so we don't crush our embroidery. So we'll throw that OESD press cloth on the table. If you happen to have steam, I would be okay to steam this. So it would get super extra crispy flat. Probably, do we have steam on that iron?
If I turn it on, it steams sometimes.
Sometimes you have to turn the steam on before you lay it down. It's usually more effective because it takes a moment to like get steamy. That's different than my iron at home.
It's not getting steamy.
But a clapper on top of it will help make that a crispy flat seam. So we won't lift this and move and do the other corners until the other sides, until that side is cooled.
Mm-hmm.
So that all the sides can be equally crispy. It will be lovely. And we could take out some extra stabilizer after this is pressed. So we have less bulk to deal with, but the ultra clean and tear will, over a couple washes, disintegrate in the wash, and you'll have a much softer quilt label.
Will it make a mess in my washing machine?
No, it's kind of like Kleenex.
Fantastic.
Or just kind of powders to nothing over time.
That's great.
Yeah.
I like that. Is it cool yet?
I don't know, feel it. Feel pretty good?
It's cool enough.
Yep.
I cooked it a crooked dough. I should redo that. Might have to get it flat first.
And you might have to decide which corner of the quilt this is going on, because maybe you don't have to fold back all the sides. Because are you putting your quilt label kind of centered on your quilt on the back, in a corner, floating under your binding? What are you doing?
I wanted to not sew 2 sides.
Okay, so we're gonna tack it under your binding.
Yeah.
Love it. I have a sewing machine ready. That'll help us with that.
I like doing that sometimes.
Okay, so then maybe we only have to press 2 sides back.
I like that.
And then the other 2 sides, well, you can just stitch flat so you don't have more bulk in your binding.
We'll just press 2 sides, and then whatever side it lands on the quilt, it lands there.
Sure, you could plan this ahead.
Okay.
Chelsea's gonna wing it. Okay, so if I'm looking at the back of your quilt, which side is the top?
It's non-directional.
What? That's fair.
Oh, I did not clap it.
Yeah.
We might want to.
Front. So, it looks lovely, Chelsea.
Thank you.
I always like that feeling of a freshly trimmed quilt.
Works very hard to make it nice.
Yeah, and you've done what I highly suggest doing, which is you've kind of done a running stitch all the way around.
Yeah,
side,
and then
a
I
stay
trimmed
stitch.
it, so some of it is gone, and some of it is not gone.
Yeah.
And I definitely accidentally stretched the border over here, which I can see now that you're holding it.
Oops. You might be able to ease that back out with a bit of steam.
If I lay it down, you don't notice.
It's true. Okay, so we'll, I don't know, whichever corner you want here.
Yeah.
Okay. Is
We'll
that
do it
cool?
on the less lumpy side.
Okay.
The one that doesn't have that wiggle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wherever that is. Do you remember where that is?
I don't know. These two sides look good. They feel good.
Okay, great. Let's use that one.
We'll use this corner.
Okay.
So generally on quilt labels. Oh, do you only have one side done?
Yeah, I didn't wing it.
Okay.
I listened today. So that side? Nope, this side.
Yep.
Okay.
And then if you did want this to sit a little tighter into your binding and have your binding finish here, we could trim this a little shorter here and here. So that it's like if your binding's
I'm doing 2.5 inch wide binding.
so it'll finish at about 3/8. So you might have about 1/8 of an inch where it's slightly different, but because your label matches your
I
the
don't
back of your
think
quilt.
anyone's gonna know.
Okay.
And if they do, they're not my friends.
If they're that critical of your quilt label, they're not your friend. I get it. This side.
The iron is doing all the pressing for me. Hi, Anne.
Hi. She's got a quilt. It's looking adorable. All right, push hard if you want.
Work hard. Or smart.
Yes, less effort.
Yep.
Holding the iron there.
So we're gonna put that in the corner so she only has to hand stitch 2 sides.
What? How smart's that?
Right?
Smart or lazy? That's
Efficient.
the real question.
Smart.
Smart. I like it. Alrighty. I think she is good to go.
So from here, I would probably take this basting stitch out now.
Okay.
Because it would be easier to take out at this point.
I like these.
And then you don't have like a rogue thread lurking in behind your quilt label.
What?
Usually with embroidery, if you take basting out from the back side and snip like in the corners and at wherever it knotted, you can pull the entire bobbin thread out. And then the top thread will come off in one long piece.
You know, I was ripping out my stitches last night.
For the little bit of quilting that you didn't love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it took me 20 minutes to go around the entire quilt. I did
Nice.
an extra snip because it wasn't coming right.
But it probably only took you like 8 minutes to stitch it.
Yeah, so when you think
So it's
about
it's
it,
about 3 times the speed to unsew.
that deco bob, it slides out so nice when you make an oopsie.
But it's strong, so it will stay put in your quilt.
Yeah. I noticed in some places it wanted to stay, and other places it was like, okay, free me. And I was like, okay. It was nice and easy. I liked it. All right. One last one.
Go, Chelsea, go.
Basting line served as a fantastic little guideline for pressing.
I love my basting lines for cutting,
Right.
centering.
Right?
We used it for cutting too. It was fabulous.
Right? Work smart, not hard.
So even if you're going to hand sew 2 edges of this, we still have the ability to baste it onto your quilt so you don't have like stabby pins.
I like that idea. I poked myself too many times this morning.
That's fair. So it's the corner it's going in. We'll run around there. I'm set up with a basting stitch on this Brother BQ 3100. And basting stitches on machines are like one of the best things ever. Because they're super long and they're super easy to take out. And there's even a foot pedal, but somebody shorter than me was stitching last and it's really, I can't reach the foot pedal because
Oh, let me fix that for you. I have the other box down here.
it's too high. I can't get my knee up high enough to stitch on that, on that foot pedal. The ergonomics were wrong.
The box for my feet, so they're not dangling.
That seems reasonable. Okay, off we go.
I like this. It's comfy.
The basting stitch on this particular, oh, I'm not on the right camera. Basting stitch on this machine. Don't know, I'm not going to back up and see this. This is stitch number 8 in the utility stitches on this Brother. The stitch length is 20, and that's in millimeters.
That is very long.
So this is going to be a super easy stitch to take out, but enough to hold it in place while you stitch your label on.
Well, that's mighty fun.
So there's only like 3 stitches down that, 6 stitches down that side.
I like that.
This machine doesn't behave the same way as mine at home.
No,
So
it doesn't.
basting stitches by machine like this have a really interesting mechanism of how they work. They actually release the needle bar while they take extra stitches with the lower half of the machine.
I can hear it going. Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, so it releases the needle bar so it doesn't take stitches up top while it's still moving at the bottom. Mechanically, it's very interesting.
It is very interesting. Like that.
And then look at the throat space on this machine.
Yeah, there's so much room. Look at that quilt just stuffed in there.
Yeah, no problems
Like-
whatsoever.
Oh, it could be a way bigger quilt in there.
Yeah. So even managing something like a quilt label when you've got this much space is great.
Yeah. Then you don't have to do the awkward rotate backwards and come back at it at another angle.
Okay, so that's based in place for you.
Fabulous. It looks great, Leah.
And that basting, you can see it through the front right now, but man, is that going to be easy to remove.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
That'd be easy peasy.
I'm guessing you need some thread for hand sewing because you're going to hand stitch this down.
I picked this one.
Oh, excellent choice. So picking a thread that's going to blend really well with your label and your backing fabric. If you were doing a white label on here, I'd probably go with white thread.
Yeah, so you can't see it.
Because you're going to stitch through the fold that we creased into that.
How much thread do I need?
I don't know.
Not a lot.
I don't know. I always take more than I need. That's just how I roll.
Okay. Now the challenge. Threading the needle.
Ooh. I don't know if did we bring any needle threaders with us? We did bring a needle threader.
By we, you mean I.
I mean the royal we. I mean the royal we.
Yeah, there's another one in here too. The green one.
retractable needle threader with cutter.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, and I got another one. This one's cool too.
So if you get to this stage of repairs and it's a challenge because you can't see to thread those needles anymore, or your fingers don't have the dexterity anymore.
Am I doing this right?
You want to see a trick?
Of course I want to see a trick.
Throw it on this camera. Get me another length of thread. I'll show you how to tie a quick little, like, easy knot. There's lots of ways of tying knots. Hopefully this will work on this camera. You can wrap your thread around your finger and roll it.
Oh, fancy. And that's big enough to hold it?
Yeah, usually. And I do lots of my hand sewing with just a single thread instead of double, but it's really
skinnier.
It's really personal preference.
It's too late. I cut the knot off. I need to try your trick.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to take this and wrap it around my finger. What?
Yeah, once, and then you're gonna roll, like your thumb's gonna roll that over itself, and then you'll pull through. One of those things that I know how to do, but do I know how to explain? So that the short tail is gonna roll over the other one. Then you're not trying to shove little tiny threads through. If you hold your tongue right, it'll work.
You know.
Okay, well, you can practice that another
Can you
time.
please tie my knot?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because if you, I don't know, usually I can get it rolled enough that you've got a hefty enough knot, and I would tuck that knot up under your...
Under my bun.
Yeah. And then, if you are right-handed or left-handed, might change the direction you want to move.
Yeah, probably this way would be easier.
Because you're left-handed, it might be easier to start that way and work this way. I'm right-handed, so my inclination is to go this way. So that I'm working in the direction my hand wants to travel. Like across my body.
And then
Are you going to do a ladder stitch?
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm here to learn.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay. Do you have one more needle?
Oh, I have a whole pack of needles.
You have a whole pack of needles. Okay.
I figured one of us would drop a couple of them.
No. I hand sew in the car. I don't drop needles. That's dangerous.
Oh, that is dangerous. Maybe I want this though.
You want the lid too?
God. I'll get it later.
So a couple different ways of doing this. I'm just going to do this on... I'm going to do this right-handed, and then Chelsea's going to do it left-handed, and we'll see if we can get to the same place.
That's the real question.
That's the real question. So this is going to be the same as sewing a binding on. Oops. Pretend this is what's happening here. I've got a piece of white stabilizer on the back, which is not generally what you'd sew through. But I would start up under.
You're off camera.
I'm off camera. Might need to move this machine back. I can't sew that close to me.
Look at those muscles.
Here's the grunt though.
Yes, I did. I was not gonna point that out.
Okay. So that's that fold that Chelsea's working with. We want to hide all this stitching, so we're gonna do a mostly invisible stitch.
Mm-hmm.
And so where I came up through the fold, I'm going to go back down through my backing.
Uh-huh.
And travel, I'm going to travel about 1/4 inch.
Okay.
Or a little bit shorter. And then that's going to come up through that fold. You know those days where things have names and you don't remember them? This stitch has a name, but I don't remember it right at this very moment.
I bet Barb.
So if anybody watching can help me out. Bet Anne would know its name.
No, Anne would definitely know its name. It sounds like she might be coming this way, and maybe she can tell us the answer. Oh, it's Michael. Maybe Michael knows.
Maybe Michael knows the answer.
Michael doesn't know the answer.
Never mind. And really, I'm just grabbing like 2 or 3 threads in that fold. Does that make sense?
I think so. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Is this correctamundo?
Yeah.
This is satisfying. And it doesn't take
And
as long as my sewing.
Maybe if you have a new way, you'll finish things faster that are just sitting in that hand sewing pile. No?
So, it's a quilt that I've decided to do orange peels on that I'm most of the way through and I put in a box.
Fair.
Because the summer got too hot to hand quilt. Maybe I should drag it out soon. I should really take it camping with me. Because it'll keep me warm
While you work on
while
it.
I work on it.
This would be similar to how a blind hem stitch would stitch out by hand.
I need another one of these needle things. My finger gets poked.
Yeah, so like if you don't have like good calluses built up,
This finger.
after all that work, I put the sizes that fit me back in. I'm actually probably gonna run that in my middle finger.
Yeah, I have it on 3 fingers. Because I went a little crazy.
Travel in the fold.
Travel in the fold.
I'm not traveling in the fold. I like to travel in my project, not the fold. I think either way will work. But for you, you're just going into the batting layer, really, not all the way through your quilt.
Yeah, let's hope that's what I'm doing. I think that's what I'm doing. Yep, it's what I'm doing.
Put the camera back on you here.
Did you watch the Facebook where Barb was teaching me how to do hand sewing? It was really fun.
No. I did not.
I was doing back stitch.
Nice.
Got a good stab. It's okay.
So the needle pullers, if you're having to pull through like denim or like upholstery fabric, these would be great. The quilting
Well-
cotton's not hard to travel through,
But
but
like,
the fatigue end of it.
yeah, that's what I find with hand quilting is I do get fatigue too.
Yeah, or you get like that big deep dent in your finger from holding the needle in the same place.
Yeah, and then your hand hurts and you need to stop.
Right? It's no fun.
Well, this is fun. I'm almost a quarter of the way done.
But it's a really little label.
I know. It's satisfying.
So anyway, there's many ways of doing this. If this way doesn't bring you joy, other ways would be to help hold this in place with something like Wonder Under, like a double-sided fusible to hold your quilt label on.
That's what Sandy was talking about doing with hers.
Yep.
Almost looks like
I've
it.
made quilt labels using another layer of iron-on stabilizer on top and then folding through to the back with the ironable side down. And then iron that in place. There is the needle pullers in the fancy little bucket are sized. They're small, medium, and large. So depending on how your shape and size of your hands, most of my fingers were mediums and my thumbs were large.
But mine were all small. My thumbs were medium.
So
Depends.
depends. There's another option here too. which is like the 3-in-1 needle puller. And I think this would be much more useful for big, like home deck kind of needles that you need to pull through.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't played with that one yet. We'll leave that one for today. Other things going on around here. We have new fabric. Do you know what it's called, Chelsea?
Warm and cozy flannel.
Warm and cozy flannel. It's got really adorable little polar bears on it.
It's so cute. Look at this one. Oh, there was a panel that I forgot about. Oh, there's a panel. It's really cute too.
Nice.
But it's on our website. See the panel there.
Nice. Other things, if you're doing a whole bunch of hand sewing, if you have a thread that is knotting really easily as you pull through, thread tamer is, this one is a coconut oil thread tamer.
They have fun
Wax
scents.
and coconut oil, so it will smooth your thread out as you're quilting. These are scented, which is ridiculous. And they actually smell really
Why
good.
wouldn't they be, right?
So other things that you might want for lots of handwork, and just because the tins are adorable. The Knotty thread tamer. It's such a good name. Cream soda, grape soda, tropical. They're awesome.
Yeah, they're pretty great.
Oh, other things going on.
Oh, you're gonna talk about that one?
I am.
Is Leah Thread Hands coming out?
Yeah, the beginning of my Halloween costume. It's not the beginning of my Halloween costume. Things got out of hand briefly this afternoon at the store. We were moving things around up front, as we like to do.
But this one is very exciting.
I don't know about you, but I love having thread, the right color for my projects. I also love not paying full price for thread.
Same.
So, as of about an hour ago, very.
Oh, you got it all sorted from
I got it.
nicely.
I got it.
Perfect.
No, I don't have it quite right.
You have the exciting hand,
Yeah.
and then the less than exciting hand.
So, if you are in need of some serger thread, our Countess thread is buy 4 get 4 free. All colors excluding black and white. So, fabulous colors for all sorts of projects. You could stock up and get one of all the colors that you're like, well, I don't do that much that's blue. Maybe I just need one blue thread. Maybe you have a whole set of pajamas coming out of our warm and cozy flannel.
You need all the taupes.
And you won't need all the taupes. That's that one there. Buy 4 get 4 free. 1,500 meter cones of Countess, except black and white. We don't have an end date on that sale, but the color selection is best today.
Oh yeah, I dumped so many threads into that bucket.
It was really fun, wasn't
It
it?
was so satisfying. I took a box of 4 and just like launched them into the air, and it wasn't as satisfying as dumping the whole box at 20.
Fair enough.
We dumped many boxes.
Did you just pass the corner? I do an extra little knot.
Did I just pass the corner?
Yeah.
No, that was a while ago.
Oh,
I'm over there.
oh goodness gracious, you're getting there. Nice. So Countess threads on sale.
Too late for not.
We still have a few seats left in our Kimberville North Pole tier tray event. So if you're in that group of people who's like, well, I don't own an embroidery machine yet, but I'd really like to try it. Come sign up for the class. Come try making all those adorable little ornaments in that event. The kits are not quite ready to leave our doors. They still need stabilizer bundled with them, but the kits did arrive from Kimberbell for us, so we'll get those out to you guys early next week. And the class is running October 26th and 27th.
And it'll be a Leah and Chelsea show.
Yeah.
It's a fun day.
It'll be awesome. It's 2 days. Two fun days.
Are we wearing ugly Christmas sweaters?
We sure are. I have to pull mine out.
I might need to make a new one.
I might need to make a new one too, but I'm not sure how much time I have. I have a 3-yard quilt I have to finish this weekend.
Can I
And I
wear
have like
one?
2 other class samples I want to finish.
Can I wear one that says like coffee, Christmas tree, wine glass to work? If I made that, I could make it on a scan and cut.
I think so, yeah.
I might have to make a new shirt.
You've got a plan. Oh, there's a cool new app from Brother.
Oh, is there?
Yes. There's a new app called Artspira from Brother.
Cool.
And it is functional with the new embroidery machines that are launching this fall.
Uh-huh.
And it can do some very basic digitizing and like line work and either running stitch or satin stitch. So if like really you could hand the app to a child, have them draw you a picture like with crayons, and it would stitch out. Or you could cut it on your scan and cut.
Neat.
So we'll get that app shown for you guys soon. I have it on my phone, but I don't have it. I don't have a machine that we can easily send to yet.
Okay.
But it is wireless with the new machines that have Wi-Fi on them.
Exciting.
Right? So that's super cool. You're nearly done. You just have to go home and put binding on.
Yep. You know what? How that's gonna get done?
By machine?
Oh yeah.
Following Anne's video?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah. I'm not doing that by hand.
So if you're wondering where our binding video is, if you search our YouTube channel or our Facebook videos for binding, Anne's got a really excellent video on machine binding for quilts. So if you get to this stage and you get the quilt quilted and trimmed, but then you never get the binding on because that's the part you don't like, maybe you need to try hand binding. There's no quilt police. If you prefer to hand bind, you can.
I'm not one of those people.
You prefer to have the project done.
Yes.
Yeah. However it gets there.
If I don't do a machine binding, that project is not getting done.
You'll get faster at hand sewing.
Yes, I will.
If you keep practicing.
This turtle over here is getting
You're
done.
doing good.
I feel like my sewing machine
Is it making more sense to go this direction?
Oh yeah.
Than the other
I don't
direction?
think I could do it the other direction. I'd be sewing towards myself. Just
Yeah.
I'd be
It's
very
super
hard.
awkward.
This makes more sense.
I hand sew right to left. And you should hand sew left to right.
Yes, because it's the right way.
I think other people feel differently. If you are right-handed and you sew the other way, please let us know. I'm intrigued. I'd like to see how that works because my brain can't fathom it.
My brain can't fathom anything right-handed, so they feel that.
That's okay. We support all handedness around here
We do. We do.
because there's tools for everybody, whether you're left-handed or right-handed.
There's actually left-handed cutters out there.
Yeah.
Lots of them. We sell them.
And some of our cutters, you can flip which side the blade is sitting on.
Yes.
So every once in a while I get to a cutting table, pick up a cutter, and I'm ready to go, and then I'm like, I can't cut with this.
Because I flipped it.
You're the one who flipped it.
Well, actually, Anne did it for me.
That's sweet.
It happened like a year ago.
I don't cut fabric that often. I do lots of other things around here, but I don't actually cut fabric all the time. So, not out front on the sales floor anyway.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I love cutting fabric. I get to chat away to all my friends.
Right? I like finding out what people are working on.
That's my favorite part. Well, the last stitch in my thread fell out of the needle.
Dang.
You think I can just rethread it while it's still attached?
Maybe you might need to trim it a little bit though. She's so close. She's so close.
One stitch away.
You got it.
Aha! Okay, where'd that one come from? An extra thread.
It's all good.
Now I just have to make another knot.
Yep.
Is there a special way to do this one?
So knotting on here, normally when I'm doing this, like with binding, if I'm hand binding this way, I knot about every 6 inches. And I would knot knot on the corner.
You didn't tell me that.
No, I got distracted. So instead of like traveling on my next stitch, I could just go right back up through and then grab that loop. And knot that. And you could do like 2 of those to knot it in place.
Wow, this takes a lot of concentration.
And then generally, I don't have a quilt sandwich here, but I would wiggle the end of my thread into my batting on the back side, and then trim. And I would do that all as much as I can under whatever I'm trying to stitch down.
Lost it again.
There you go.
Did it.
You can, like, it's like a Loch Ness monster. It needs to go
Not straight?
like wiggle wobble through there. It's less likely to pull out. Then you'll have a longer, more secure tail. through
Well, I wish I did that earlier. This monster.
That is not how you describe this action.
It's like a fish. I guess the Loch Ness monster is a fish. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. That's not gonna go well.
You have a very thin batting in there, which is okay, but
Well, you know, it's flannel. I didn't want it too hot. Or my puppy would never leave it.
I heard a rumor that you're making a mini-sized of that for him anyway.
I'm totally going to. I'll make his warmer. He doesn't have any fur.
Yeah, he's so little.
Did I tell you the funny story of what happened when I got home the other day from work?
No.
My puppy was in his blanket on the couch. And I saw this blanket monster jump up. Blanket monster, because you couldn't see a dog. And then he tripped. And then all you heard was a sack of potatoes hitting the ground.
Oh, no.
He got up and started running over. Didn't even notice he fell on the ground.
Still happy to see you.
Yep, I was the cutest. Oh, there's my needle. My Loch Ness monster needle.
And then you could pull it a little bit tight. And then trim. And then that tail will sink into your batting.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye,
And it's
tail.
gone. So
Look at that stitch job.
you can pull that basting line out.
Do I want to keep this one, though?
I would take it all out once you're fully secured in there.
Okay, I'll leave it.
Like once your binding's on, then take out the whole thing. So
Great.
you've got a quilt label attached to your quilt.
Hopefully I don't snap the threads because I did knot them every 6 inches.
It's a quilt label, and
6 stitches.
it's secured enough that it's not going to catch fingers. You have short enough stitches. You're going to be fine.
If it catches, you know I'm going to fix it?
How?
Glue.
Okay.
Shove a fusible web in there. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. So yeah, stitching a quilt label on isn't hard.
Oh,
And then your quilt is more finished.
it sure is. And then I'll never forget how I made this quilt.
Right?
I'm excited for that.
Right?
My boyfriend likes all the crafts I do and how many more I'm going to do.
Does he think you need more machines yet? Nope.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. So he's like, Chelsea, hang out with me. Don't sew. Hang out. No, I'm a sew.
Yep. That's my wild plan for long weekend.
Is
Okay.
it?
No, I'm gonna have some Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. And then I'm gonna sew.
Hmm.
And embroider. And sew and embroider.
That sounds like a good idea.
Sounds like a great weekend. I might do laundry because I have no clean clothes. Because I didn't do all my laundry last weekend because I failed at being an adult.
You do laundry every weekend?
Yeah, I don't have enough clothes the last 2 weeks.
I just wait till my boyfriend's doing his laundry and I take my work pants and throw them in his laundry.
See, I do the laundry in our house because Sean cooks. So I need to do the laundry. Yeah.
I cook, but Zach mows the lawn.
We don't really have a lawn. It's great.
Okay.
Great system.
That is a great system.
So cute.
It's very
You
cute.
should hold it up.
Sideways?
Maybe.
Oh,
Nice and tidy. It'll be even cuter without that basting line in there, but it's really super light gray and hard to see right
I
now.
like it. I'm happy with this.
Sweet. I can't wait to see your finished quilt next week.
I can't wait to see your finished quilt next week.
I know. I have to go pick some fabric for my backing.
How are you going to quilt it? This
Not-
weekend?
This weekend, somehow. I have thoughts. They're not complete yet. So, stay tuned. We'll have more 3-yard quilts to share next week.
Yeah, I think Sandy's was done binding.
Yes. She doesn't have a label yet. So, we'll get her through a label early next week.
Yeah.
And a couple other people quilted. So, yeah, there's progress.
Lots of
progress.
progress. And 3-yard quilts.
And they should be up,
You know-
visible in the store, like around the 17th or 18th.
This would be a really good last minute Christmas gift.
It was pretty quick to put together, wasn't it?
It took very little time.
Yeah.
Because pieces are big. And most of it's done by strip units.
Yeah.
And then you cut the strip unit smaller.
So we'll bring all the 3-yard quilt books back with us another day and do a whole feature
Oh, yeah.
once we have more finished quilts.
Maybe Tuesday.
Well, yeah,
My quilt will be done. Will yours?
hopefully.
Okay. I can't wait to see yours.
Perfect. Well, I have to go home and finish my homework. So we're going to say goodbye. Have a lovely long weekend. We'll see you guys Tuesday. No live on Monday because it's Thanksgiving here in Canada. And we're going to stay home and sew.
I am so thankful
Excuse me.
that I get to stay home and sew. Bless you.
Me too. Yes. And I'm thankful I have family that will let me do that. I'm sewing for some of them too. I have other things in the works.
That's fun. What you making?
I have a shirt that I want to make Sarah. And I'm make another one for me. And then it can be a class after I've made those. So I want to get that done. But I have to do this one first.
Yes, it's homework.